Hey guys, it's Steve again at the range, and today we're here by myself. It's spring, but I've got a jacket on. Yesterday it was a nice steady 80-82 degrees all day long. I had a big thunderstorm rolling last night, and it's in the mid-40s right now. Kind of crazy, but that's Arkansas weather for you. Today here at the range we have once again my BSA Martini Henry Mark II rifle. This particular rifle was produced in 1889 by BSA and MC in England. This is one of the Nepal cash guns. This one was actually produced by BSA, then shipped to Nepal for them to use. It's a short lever, 577 450 Martini Henry. And let me get you the camera over here so I can see my ammo. I generally load a black powder with a 480 grain 465 diameter projectile. Well, I started running low on those, and I worked up a new little, just to say I did a little test load of TRAILBOSS. Because all my other rifles I shoot TRAILBOSS through, and so why not this one? My normal load is this one right here. It's the 485 grain cast lead bullet, 480 grain, excuse me, 465 diameter. And I went and shot the other day, and I got my bullet box, and I only had like 10 of these left. I said, okay, well, I don't have a mold for it yet, and molds are kind of expensive. They're 125 bucks from Midway, I believe, for RCBS mold. So I got to thinking, I was like, you know, I wonder if I can use a 4570 projectile. So I got to looking online and seen some forums where guys are paper patching, and guys on forums shooting TRAILBOSS, and the paper patching, I was like, well, I'll try that out. They're using them between 457 459 diameter 4570 projectile. The ones they used online I seen on YouTube was a hollow base 405. Well, I don't have any hollow base molds for my 4570s. I have solid base. I have a 330, a 405, and a 500. So I said, you know, we'll try the paper patching. So I got online, looked on how to paper patch, and kind of figured it out a little bit. So I started out, get you a better looking bullet there. There's a good looking one. These are my first attempts at paper patching. And this one was a 500 grain cast lead projectile. This one's actually a cast hard lead. It's a wheel weight lead with paper patching. So I did that. And then I went ahead and used my 405, and I cast a bunch of pure lead 4570 projectiles, nice shiny ones, and I paper patched them. Now this is my first attempt. They're not the best looking bullets. I've never shot them paper patched. So what we're going to do, we're going to shoot a few loads at least. The 500 grain, only loaded one of them just to see if I could and see if it would chamber, and it does. But what I have in the box, as you can see there, I have a few loaded up, just a test batch loaded with TRAILBOSS. Got on some forums, guys are using TRAILBOSS. They're using anywhere from 20 grains to 29 grains of TRAILBOSS for Martini. My powder thrower I have at home is set for 7 grains for my 500 Smith & Wesson and a few other guns, my 30-30 and whatnot. And I was like, you know, we'll just hit it 3 times, put 21 grains in there and see what happens. See how she shoots. So what we're going to do, sorry for the wind if you can hear it. I generally load black powder. And with black powder, there's a target there. It shoots consistently about 2 feet high at 50 yards. I mean, it just sails way over the target. And I mean, to hit the gong at 100 yards, I got to aim basically 4 to 5 feet below it to hit it. And so I put the target in at 25 yards just to see what it'll do with this new TRAILBOSS load, because since it's a lot lower velocity, it should shoot more. At least I would think a little flatter. So we're going to load it up. We're going to shoot on the left side of the target there, just the white. There's, I don't know if you can see it, but there's just a marker that's a circle there. We're going to aim in that general direction, put 5 rounds of the normal 480 grain 465 diameter projectile on it. And then on the right side, on the shooting seat, there's a couple of 223 holes in there. I dug that out of the trash can a while ago. We're going to put the new paper patch bullets on it, the 405s, and we're going to shoot a group of 5 on those. So Let me go ahead and load my gun up and put my ears on, my eye protection, and we'll get you, let's see what's going to happen. The first load is going to be the standard 480 grain, loaded with 21 grains of TRAILBOSS. On the target on the left, just a white little circle there. It's shooting extremely high too. That second shot finally clipped the top of the paper, so it's shooting a foot over target even with TRAILBOSS, going at a lower velocity than black powder. Interesting. So what we're going to do, I'm going to shoot another 5. So we shot 2, we're going to shoot the last 3. We're going to aim at the bottom of the target and see where it hits. Alright, that was aiming right at the very bottom of the paper. So let's try another one here. So okay. Well, it looks like I can see 2 different holes. I think one of them might have touched the hole. Alright, so that's me aiming about 10 inches under that circle. Now let's try paper patch 405s on the target on the right. We're going to aim dead center for the first shot. If it doesn't hit, we're going to aim low for the next. Well, I can see where it hit. It hit high, still not as high as the 480 grainers. Aim same spot again. It's 3-shot group. Shot number 4. And shot number 5. Paper patching didn't do too bad. The group looks okay. Let me take my eye protection, ear protection off. Mine's cold. I'm the only one here today. So let's zoom out. We're gonna walk out there and take a look at it together. All right. Sweet. That was the that's BS8 Martini Henry. As you can see there, made in 1889. It's a BSA and MC, it says. Martini Henry. Let's walk out here and we'll take a look at the target. I was surprised that it still shot high. Now they both still shot high, but the 405 still shot lower. Alright, yep, I did hit it twice. Okay. First two shots at 25 yards, hit here and here. That's 1 and 2. And at 3 and 4 and 5, we had 2 touching there, which is pretty nice. But to get these 3 here, I was aiming right here at the very bottom of this cardboard. So that's good 8, 10 inches of where from the point of aim. Now this one, I aimed dead center. Now these are those little 223 holes I told you about. Aim dead center for each shot, and there's the group of 5. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So they actually didn't do too bad. That's about a 2.5 inch group or so, I'd say. Maybe 2 1/4 or 2.5, 3 inch. That's not too bad. That's 25. So I'm betting. I'll have to do a later video on it, but I'm betting that at 100 yards it might drop quite a bit and be closer to the point of aim. And if so, closer to the point of aim, 100 yards, it might be a feasible hunting ground for deer or wild hog. Alright guys, well, let's go take a look at the rounds again, get you a closer look at the projectiles we were shooting. I'm quite happy with that group. That's the best group I've ever gotten out of the Martini. Generally, those paper patch bullets. Now these paper patch bullets, I did do something a little different. I looked online trying to find videos on. I looked on YouTube. I found a couple videos. On average, the guys were paper patch them to a 470 diameter. So I cut different lengths of paper. I did notebook paper and printer paper. Tried different lengths and different thickness, which the length determines the thickness. Anything from 470 to 480 or so. Now those are the 10 we just shot. Now this is the standard one. That's it's loaded with like I said, this is my load. Don't use it. This is just experimental. This is nothing set in stone yet, so don't try to copy my load or anything. Not liable for any misuse or anything that happens. We formed some 24 gauge Magtech brass. Bought it from a sportsman's guy that had it for like $16 a box plus shipping. Turned them down my buddy's lathe to the proper length, cut them, and then annealed them and sized them, and came out to a Martini Henry casing. Like I said, that's that one. This is the other one. Now this one you can tell is printer paper because it's got words on it. It was some load data I had. And this little piece of paper on the bottom I cut off some sheet I printed off the internet. So that's that one. All right, that's the 405. Yeah, 405 cast pure lead, nice and soft. Paper patch bullet. Now this one was 2 wraps. This one was a 470 diameter after I patched it. Same Magtech brass as before. And then the one I did just for giggles, I'm going to shoot here in a minute, is the 500 grain 4570 projectile. If that one's kind of wrinkled casing. 459 diameter with paper patching. Has 2 layers of notebook paper. You can see you might be able to see the little blue lines on there from the notebook paper. Same Magtech 24 gauge brass shotgun shell. Alright guys, well, this has been BMS Steve 24, or Steven, however you may know me. And this has been my BSA Martini Henry Mark II down in the Paul cache. And you can see right there, it's BSA and MC 1889 Mark II with the 2 underneath the Mark II. I bought a reproduction sling for this off eBay. They're fairly cheap. You can get them for $15 or so. With the Period Creek markings on the sling, which was cool. This one I bought at the gun show. Got it fairly cheap. It's got a good deal on it. Had original bayonet with it and scabbard. Has a socket bayonet instead of the sword bayonet. Has the bayonet lug on it for either one, the front sight or the bayonet lug itself. Good dark stock. It has Nepal writing on it. Nepalese, however you want to pronounce it. I'm not really sure. I apologize for that ahead of time, that I might have butchered how you say that. Well, that was the BSA Martini Henry Mark II, made in 1889. And this has been BMF Steve 24. I'd like for you to like the video, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Y'all have a great day.